Okay, this is the setup we got in the car. It's not perfect, is it? Maybe I can put the light somewhere else, but how's that looking? We've got a little bit of light in the back. We've got the LED string there. I mean, I can't... If I had a bit of an extension cable, maybe I could hang it up. Yeah, I've got ideas. I'm trying. We can perfect it over the winter, because it's winter now. Because it's dark, I'll have to be doing a lot of car talk videos in the night. So I got some coffee on me. So we'll have some coffee and have a chat. It's a bit bright. It's a bit bright in my eyes, but then I like looking outside. What's that over there? So I think it's an aeroplane across the water. I can see it. You can see the radio towers. Yeah, I can see the radio towers. So the car's fixed. Yeah, last week the car broke the alternator belt. The alternator belt, the accessory belt, the power of the alternator and the water pump, it broke, and I coaxed the car back home. This was at night. Luckily there was no traffic on the road and I was able to get home, and by the time I got home it was overheating, so the car's been off the road for just over a week. It's still booked in for work, but we fixed it now. We called people out, and we had the belt replaced. We've topped up the water. Now the car's back. So I can go and do these talking videos in the car. Putting on a lot of weight lately. You know, at this time of year, I find myself eating a lot and wanting to eat a lot. I'm not sure if it's just more stress and depression, or whether it's a natural thing for mammals to put on weight at this time of year in order to get through the winter. So I got some apple pieces, and I got some coffee. I got whitener for Dad. I also got some brioche rolls that are on offer. Yes, the car's back on. I think this says no need to shake, doesn't it? It's still cold. This is caramel one. We don't usually have the caramel one, but then that's all they had there. So I've been to walking group tonight, and I want to talk about that. I want to make sure I got all the information about why the car has been broken, because I need to. That's one of the things about making these videos. I can record what happens and what I feel at a certain time in my life or a certain point in my life, and yeah, I just want to get out. But the car has been broken, and it's not broken now. And it's going in for work in a couple of days to find out what made it break. It's lovely. I really like Jimmy's coffee. It's nice and smooth, but it is very sweet. So do the LEDs make a difference in the back? They're not very bright LEDs, but I'd like to... I mean, I could like put them over there, couldn't I? And people... There you go, it's Christmas. It's not Christmas yet. What I'll do is I'll hang them in the back. I'll hang them in the back. I'll get a hanger, because I've got a little loop there, and I've been thought about. I can get one of those coat hangers, but it's not for coats, it's for trousers. You know, one of the two clips on it. I thought about I can get a sheet paper. I can write subscribe on it or something, and it'll hang just by there, because I got a loop at the top of the seat. You can see it in the picture. So I thought I could have it by there, but then I could hang these off it, but then I need a bit of an extension, because I'm only running these off the one power bank. The reason why I'm running these off the one power bank is because the power banks aren't strong enough. They can't power the LED lights on their own. The LED lights don't lose up enough power. So I have to split them off and run them from the one power bank. So I'm running the two lights off the one power bank in order to make it to still work. Right. So we've covered the car's fixed. The car's fixed. We've got an extra belt on it. It's in for a few days, in a couple of days' time, to find out what caused it to break. Because there was some slipping. There was some slipping on one of the belts, and it's happened before. On one of the pulleys. That's got to be investigated before I can take the car on a long journey again. It needs a service as well, so I might ask them for a service. I might go in tomorrow and ask them whether it can have a service as well. I'm glad we've got it fixed at the side of the road, so it didn't cost. I'm glad we got it fixed in a way that was less costful to me. Let's just say that. Brioche rolls. I just need to get out and do a talk tonight, so individually wrapped brioche rolls. I need to get out. Smell funny. Was it pitch? Pitch. P-I-T-C-H. Pasquia. Pitch. It's just a chocolate brioche roll. It's getting cold now. It's getting cold. I had the heaters on when I drove up here, and it's getting cold now. When it's crinkle, it's harder to hear me talk when it's crinkling. When you hear the wrappers crinkling, isn't it? I need a proper microphone. It's very soft for a brioche roll. I'm bothered while I look like there's someone sat in a car up there, but you know what? It doesn't matter. I can learn to not be bothered by that. Up by the next lamppost, there's a car in front, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that I'm in the car, illuminating myself with a ring light. I could do with another sort of light in here to illuminate the car. And what I actually wanted to talk about tonight was the walking group, because I've just been to the walking group. I mean, what's the time now? Where's my phone? I haven't done the time tonight, have I? So it's 2042 on the 28th of October. So we went to the walking group. Now, the person who organises the walking group, I'm not sure if I should ask them. I'm not sure if I should say their name on stream or anything, but well, it's a common name, so I probably could get away with it. But maybe I'll try and go without saying the name. Now, the person who organises it wasn't there tonight, but we all went and did the walk anyway, and a couple of the others said that we just want to do a short walk, so we just did a short walk. So we all agreed. I mean, I didn't care too much. I wasn't 100% sure about going out tonight anyway. It's interesting. When we started walking, everyone split up into the usual groups, and that bothered me a bit. It's like, I want to talk to other people there. I want to talk to other people and get to know other people. I'm talking to the same. But the person I talk to the most there, he's really nice to talk to. You know, you get along with the people which are the same sort of personality levels, but it means you don't change. You get to know other things. I don't want to criticise anyone I talk to. I don't. I think everyone's great and you can learn something from everyone. But talking, it's just people talk to the same people. I think it's carrying on conversations from previous weeks as well. That's probably a little bit to do with it, because you get to know someone a little bit. You get to know someone a little bit, and then you go and talk to them some more and carry on previous week's conversations. But I think we need a way of mixing up. But then, is that just from my perspective, or is everyone thinking that? Does there need to be some sort of policy where you have to talk to someone else, or do I have to be more active trying to talk to other people there? Maybe. And it's harder now in the winter, and it's harder because it's dark and it's got. I don't know, it just feels a bit less comfortable because it's winter, it's cold. I mean, I'll still keep going. I did look at torches and lights and things that we could use, because the place where we meet up is quite dark. But anyway, when we did the walk and we come back, sometimes we take a picture of the group. Some of the others were talking about getting a picture of the group, so I don't know, people got their phones out. We stopped by my car, and I thought, well, I could just take the lead here, and I could put my balance my phone on the back bumper of the car, and then I could time it and do the night shot. But timing's the word, because at what point? If I'd done that, if I said I'll take a picture and I'll put the back on, balance the phone on the back of the car, I know from experience people wouldn't listen to me. I would be ignored. That's just the thing. But that comes from my own experience. You know, I could have tried to do something and said I'll take a picture. I could have gone and not been in the picture and take a picture of everyone else. I could have done that. Who's going to take this picture? So the most assertive person took the lead and ended up taking the picture. And you know, I didn't want to step on anyone's toes. I didn't want to ask for attention when it wasn't deserved. But I want to bring up the bystander effect, because no one else seemed to take the lead and want to take the picture, but everyone agreed about taking a picture. Now, the idea of the bystander effect is that lots of people could see something happening, not necessarily negative, or have the need to take action. no, just have the need to take action, whether it's just take a picture, like in this situation, is just taking a picture of the group. And the idea is nobody does anything because everyone's expecting somebody else to do something. And I feel in this situation tonight, I was trying to observe my own feelings and my own thoughts. I think that theory of the bystander effect is wrong. So why didn't I go and take a picture? Well, I was trying to, had several thoughts. I was trying to time it. When can I say something that people are going to understand I would like to take the picture? So I need to get, I need to time it right. But at the same time, there's other people who look like they're going to take the picture, and I didn't want to get in their way. So it wasn't a case of me ignoring things and just expecting somebody else to do it. I actually wanted to do something in that situation tonight, but I was just timing it, and I don't want to get in the way of anyone else. I don't want to take away. If somebody else wants to take the picture, I don't want to get in the way of them. I don't want to ask for attention or ask for the opportunity to do something if somebody else wants it. So I was doing it out of politeness, as well as I need to time it. And also a third thing is, what am I going to say? What am I going to do in order to attract the people's attention, saying, I would like to take the picture? I need to plan that out. I couldn't just shout or something. Because I have enough difficulty with conversations as it is. At what point do I have to say, I'll take the picture? What the point? In the end, somebody else took the picture, and no, it was good enough. I don't think I could have improved the picture. Maybe I'll be too fussy because I'd want people to be standing in certain places, and I'll do the long timer on here, and and I don't want to get people frustrated because I'm trying to take as good picture as possible. So how can I improve this situation in future? What can we do in future to change this situation? Because I do want myself to feel awkward, but I don't want anyone else to feel awkward either. You know what? I need to try it. I need to just try it and say, I'll take a picture, and just say, I got it, I got it, or say something. I got it, and I'll do it this time. I'll do it this time, because no, that's a good one. I guess I'll do it this time. Or even just go in front of people, and not be in the picture myself. That's fine. But I need to experiment with that level of assertiveness. I need to experiment and then learn at what level of assertiveness is appropriate for this situation. This is what I need to do. This is what I need to do. I was expected to go to another meetup this morning. Trying to meet up with people with similar sort of personalities. Afflictions? That's not the way to do it. Not afflictions, not personalities. Similar sort of people. Just similar sort of people to me, right, this morning. But I didn't, because my father booked the car being fixed. But that's okay. The car's fixed now, so that was more important. That's okay. I can always go next week. Anyway. So that was the thing I was thinking about on the driving back, is the idea of the bystander effect, being people not wanting to take action and expecting everyone else to take action. I think is wrong. Is people choosing the right time and not wanting to get in the way of other people doing the right thing, and people worried that they're doing the wrong thing. And so I don't think it's a case of, at least from my perspective, it's not a case of wanting somebody else to do it. I probably didn't explain that very well. When I was driving home, I was explaining my theory about the bystander effect much more clearly than what I was when I actually said it just then. That's a practice. It's a practice I got to put in. I got to put in that sort of practice, to do talking practice when I'm in the car like this. My lights fade up and down when I wiggle the cable. Oh, great. This is a cheap thing, isn't it? Well, there you go. Is that better? It was a bit bright, wasn't it? I tried to put it down earlier, but it wasn't going down. Hang on, I got the amp meter here on the power bank. So see if I goes up and down. Right, the red is the amps, 0.3. Has it gone down? Yeah, it's gone down. All right, okay. So it lasts longer. It was a bit bright. I was looking at the pictures, the video thing, and I was worried. It's just highlighting this area of my face, and it's just like a big blank area. It makes me even uglier than I already am, because I'm ugly enough as it is. So how should we continue with this talk tonight? I got a little bit of coffee left, so we will choose another random subject. A random subject. I don't have my close glasses on. I lent on my glasses earlier and I was worried I broke them. I might have bent them again. Oh yeah, I got a meeting tomorrow. That's got my notifications now. You open up your phone and you just see your notifications. What's that? What can I help with? So let's go to the random thing to talk about. Random thing to talk about. Random topic suggestion. Oh, colours and emotions. That was the last one we did. I don't think we did that, did we? Colours and emotions. Because we did road trips and favourite drives. We did that one, did we? But it says colours and emotions. I was going to get it to choose another topic, but it says here colours and emotions. Should I talk about colours and emotions? You could talk about which colours make you feel calm, happy, nostalgic, or inspired. I've read this before. For example, why pink might feel comforting, or why grey skies can sometimes feel peaceful. Would you like me to keep the next few topics focused or on creative emotional themes like this, or mix in some practical and factual ones too? I don't know. I did do a bit of a talk on colours, didn't I? I did. I can't remember. See, I've made so many of these videos, I can't remember. Because I can remember talking about bright colours, and how I like the bright colours, how I like... But it mentions pinks, because I've got pinks. I've mentioned pinks and pastels and cyans and yellows and light yellows a few times, because it's the sort of colours I like. I like the soothing colours. Anyone who's seen my artwork would understand. Have you seen my art book? Yeah, I don't hardly show the art book. I'd like to do more drawings again, but drawings are I just feel now they're a waste of my life. Because I can't, it's just like a hobby. Like my sewing, I could do more I can get something more tangible in a shorter space of time with my sewing work, than I can with drawing. I miss drawing and I want to go back to drawing, but I don't think I could do the level of artwork as I've done. They'll just be small things from now on. Spending 3-4 hours, something like that, depending on what you're drawing, doing a pencil sketch and make sure everything's perfect, and then have the pencil sketch, and then spending 4 or 5 hours a night live streaming it, where I'm colouring and painting my drawing. For what? To make greetings cards, which I sell on Amazon and Etsy, and maybe sells one a year and the price doesn't even cover the cost of the materials. I know I'm doing it for fun and not doing it for profit. That's why I'm doing the original artwork. But then it bothers me. I should be doing other things at the same time in order to better myself. It's like when I'm playing games in the night and streaming. When I'm live streaming games, it does have a small chance of bettering myself, because I've got I've received donations through there. I've received donations through live streaming. I mean, I don't necessarily do it for money, but I'm bringing some. I've chatted to a few people who've come into the stream, and you feel like you're making progress in the games as well. And there's an advert for my Redbubble store on the iCatch on the transition screens when I live stream. So that brings a little bit of advantage, because a little bit of advertising for anyone who's watching the stream. They may want some merch based from my own artwork, but it means with Redbubble, I don't have to fork out for the materials and things myself. But of course, I make less profit on each. Well, I wasn't making it profit anyway because my things were priced so low. But there's an advantage there, an advantage to do that, even very small one. But at the same time, when I am playing games, it does bother me. It feels as if I could be doing something else with my life that can better me and advantage me. Studying. That's what I did last night, is studying. Brought my language studies out and I did some work towards that. I was going to apply for a teaching course, and I will need that language study for the teaching course I want to do, which is other plans I've got in the future, which I don't know if we could talk about right now. Yeah, I'm scared. There's our teaching course next month, and I would like to do it. Yeah, I'd like to do it because it's a qualification I'd like to have. Because it could help me in some of the things I want to do. But I'm scared to do it. I'm scared to... Because I talked to the teachers of this teaching course, where you do a lesson plan, and then you go perform the lesson. And I'm worried about messing it up. I'm worried about students not understanding what I'm doing. I'm worried about it not going right. I'm so worried about that. I want to be sure that it would work. Do I do an easier lesson plan and make it easy for myself, or do I do something which I want to do and I've been planning for a long time? I did this lesson plan back in 2012. I did this lesson plan, and I haven't had the opportunity to carry it out. So I could learn again. I could learn and do it properly. So I'd like to apply for this teaching course, but if I suddenly get employed in the next week or so, I can't do it. Or I'll have to pay £450. I can only do it for free if I'm not employed. So I have to remain unemployed. Which is probably easy because no one's going to employ me. Let's give myself something else to talk about. I want to talk about things. I don't know. I'm just changing the subject now. Asking for another random subject is just changing the subject, isn't it? It's not. I mean, the point of these videos is me to talk more openly. Right? Yeah, there's something I want to do. And the teaching course would be good to allow me to do that. That's what I was going to do. I was going to make a video in the car of my I did a flowchart. I did a flowchart of my, because I've talked about these videos about these decisions I'm struggling to make. Let me bring up OneDrive. So I got this. Shall I throw it up on the screen? I got this flowchart. So I got this flowchart. Right, and in the middle it says Kotoshi, and up from there it's got teaching course, and it's got university, and it's got Nihon, and over the other side it's got Philly, where I want to go, and it's got a new work, as in finding a new job. Old work is finding my old job, which I can only get back through a law firm, but there may be an opportunity in February where I can get the old job back. And I added last night the summer camp at the top, which is what I want to do. So we got all these routes. Which one's more important to me? The most important one to me is going... So 2 ultimate goals are on either side of this flowchart. It's Nihon and Philly. So the shortest route is... to Nihon is getting new work and then going to Nihon. That's the shortest route there. The shortest route to Philly is, again, going through new work. But it doesn't offer as many opportunities. Whereas the more rewarding route is going to the teaching course, then going to the summer camp, and then going to Philly. I'm running out of things to talk about now. A video about dyes. How is this makes me a perfectionist? Also being smacked for maths. Heart is hurting tonight. This is... Yeah, I've got a to-do list, and sometimes I write about things I want to make in videos. Yeah, I've got my to-do list open now, and I got video ideas and thoughts here. It's whether I feel like talking about it right now. You know what? I don't know what I'm talking about right now. I can't talk about anything profound or full of feeling tonight. Instead, I'll just go to ChatGPT and ask for another random talk. Please, could you suggest another random topic? Things that have changed since the 1990s. You could talk about technology, cars, music, or how daily life feels now. Maybe include what you miss from that time and what's better. I don't really want to include what I miss from that time because it's going to make me upset, because I think, well, things started going down in the 90s. It did. Definitely did. You know, there was a lot of the hope that, like, the 80s weren't good, at least weren't good for me personally. But there was always hope in the 80s that things would get better in the future. Things would get better. Something would happen. We'd have a better life in the future. There was always that hope. But I reckon around the mid-90s, things changed. When did the Labour government come in? I'm going to have to look that up. So I reckon things changed and suddenly went downhill from there. 1997, when Blair became Prime Minister. Things took a turn then and started going really down. You know, there was still hope for the future. I think he'd already been started on a downturn then. But things really accelerated. 1996, 97, things started accelerating, going downhill fast. But I mean, the 1990s were good. I loved the decor and the colours and people trying to do things. Whereas it feels like television advertising is just about manipulating people these days. It's not done for creative reasons. It's like, everyone agrees, like 80s and 90s, the movies of the 80s and 90s were the best movies. I say everyone agrees, not everyone is going to agree, but maybe it's just me because of my age. But at least I think movies, music, 80s and 90s, everything was better. You know, technology was more limiting then, so you had to put more effort into what you were making, maybe. What's changed? Cars have changed. My car is 1996. My car was made in 1996. And the cars were better then. Not necessarily better built, not necessarily more reliable, but there was just less restrictions. No, I just got a manual steering wheel. I just got a manual gearbox and clutch, and when I'm controlling the car, wherever I say, it's going wherever I say. I was having a conversation in a working group tonight how much I hate ADAS. Like, I don't hate electric cars. I don't mind electric cars. I think electric cars are brilliant. You know, I drove the electric tug in work. I just can't stand ADAS. I don't like driving assistance systems. The thing with the cars in the 90s, in the early 2000s, they never had them. And now it's mandated. It makes modern cars awful to drive. You can't drive them for driving pleasure. You always got bongs and pings everywhere, and you've got to turn something off. And if you want to turn it off, you've got to spend 20 minutes going through a bloody menu on a touch screen. Well, here, I can change the air controls without even taking my hands off the wheels or eyes off the road, and I can just boom, it's done. And same with the radio. I can turn the radio on, no messing around. I don't want to get too political, but there's some cars where you've got to go through the menu in order to open the glove box. What else? Computers. Computers are... See, the peak time with computers, I think... Because I kept with my operating system for a long time. I kept with 2000 and XP for a long time. So I was peak computers, because it was difficult with computers in the 80s and 90s. It was difficult. You couldn't do anything. You always saw potential there. But in order to realise that potential, you had to put so much bloody work into it that it largely wasn't worth investing in computer equipment, even in the 90s when computers and consoles were rolling out to practically every house had something by the time 2000 came around. But it still wasn't worth it because technology wasn't at a point where you could actually make progress and actually better yourself on them. Education through computers wasn't very good. I mean, I've talked before about how I couldn't use the BBC Micros in the 80s, haven't I? I've talked before about that on camera, haven't I? I can't remember everything I've talked about. Maybe I need to go through my old videos and then write notes about what I've talked about. But I don't think things were mature enough by then. I mean, I was playing, by 1998, Half-Life had come out. And by 2000, 2001, I was already playing Team Fortress Classic. Yeah, see, I played Team Fortress Classic for a lot of years. Yeah, my LED light has a bit of coil whine on it. And then in order to get rid of it, I have to just put it up a notch in brightness. The coil whine is the most when it's at its lowest brightness. And I can hear it. Checking my mirrors, checking everyone's around. But yeah, when I'm walking along the road, when I'm just walking, because without the car I've been walking, and when I'm walking, I can hear something behind me, and I'm thinking, oh, what's behind me? I've got to check behind me. So I'm looking to the side, I'm looking for mirrors. It's like, I'm walking on the road. I'm walking on the road, walking on the pavement. I'm looking for mirrors, because I want to know what's behind me. So it's just so used to driving. What's the best car of the 1990s? I know, the one I'm sitting in. Well, I can't say it. Actually, Honda NSX, maybe. Problem is, I need 4 seats and 4 doors. I mean, the Passat was almost the most perfect car in the world ever. The problem is, it needs 4 seats and 4 doors. It doesn't have that, which is the problem. So what's the best car with 4 seats and 4 doors in the 90s? Subaru Impreza? No. Everyone likes Subaru Imprezas. As we've discussed in work, I personally prefer a Legacy. So it could be a Legacy, Subaru Legacy. But when did the nice Legacy come out? Because third or fourth, I can't remember which generation versions. I don't know exactly. But it came out around about 2000. It was definitely out by 2001. I could look it up, couldn't I? So a 3-litre Legacy with a manual box. 3-litre Legacy with a manual box. Probably best car of the 90s, maybe? Because, it does everything you want, especially the estate. It does everything you want. It can hold loads, go far. But I'm talking about ADAS. Now, I believe the lane change assist was one of the first cars with lane change assist. I don't know what era or what type. I think it was only in the Nihon market. It could have been, I think there was certain Legacies had lane change assist. So could that change my opinion of a Legacy being a good car? What's the best car of the 90s then? I don't know. It's a sort of thing you could argue forever. There's so many cars come out within a decade. There's so many good cars, and probably a few bad ones as well, come out within a decade. In 2000s. Well, what about today? What's the best car on the road today? I mean, there's cars which are on my wish list today. And there's a BMW 330e, sorry, lives in the house right there. It came home just as I was starting the video. They came home, and it's an estate. That's one of the best cars I think you can get on the road today. But again, it's afflicted with ADAS. But I think that's a good car. It's a good all-round car. I don't know. We can just keep arguing. There's so many options for what is good cars around today and good. It's a too vague question, isn't it? What is the best car of a decade? What is the best car available now? It's a too vague question. It depends on what you want and why you want it. I mean, the best car for one person is not necessarily the best car for the other. Take the Skodas I'm looking at, for instance. I don't mind the 1.2 Greenline engine, but I kind of like the 1.6 105 horsepower, because there's 3 different Skoda 1.6 diesels, and the 3 different power bands. It's the same engine, they just got different ratings for different power. I'd rather have the 105 horsepower, because when I drove the Skoda before, the Dad's Roomster, I found it a bit underpowered with the 89 horsepower. And there is a 75 horsepower versions. Of course, that's a car that's good for me, but other people may not like the styling. So maybe it's even too practical. Maybe it's too impractical. Maybe they live in a place where 4-wheel drive would be advantageous. And so the best car for one person is not necessarily the best car for another. It's like, I really like the Jaguar XJ, the 2003, 2004 X350 XJ. Of course, that doesn't count as a 1990s car then. I really, really like that XJ. I mean, I was offered one twice. I've been offered one. And circumstances meant I couldn't get it, even though I had that money there. At least the first time I was offered one, I had the money to get it. And there's actually an X350 XJ lives down here, a long wheelbase version, and it's Daimler badged, so it's a really rare car. I want that. I would love to have it. I'm tempted, and it hasn't moved for years, and I'm tempted to go and knock on the door and ask about it, but I don't have the money right now. I don't have any money at all. There's an airplane coming into land, so now I'm going to have reminders of my old work. Let me take the keys out. Should we have a listen? Oh no, it's a Ryanair 737. It's a Ryanair 737. It's probably could be a Max. Could be a Max because it's a bit quieter. Could be a Max because it's a bit quieter. It's a Ryanair. Oh, right, it's going to be cold now as I open the door. Yeah, reminders of work now. I want to talk about work. I want to talk about going back to work. I don't know. Things have changed since doing the college course, and people telling me I can do other work other than going back to my old job. But that's a job I wanted to do at the time. That's a job I wanted when I was younger. Maybe I need to do something more rewarding, because what I really want to do in my life, like I was saying with the flowchart earlier, unless I've edited that out, the flowchart bit, there's other things I want to do. Anyway, I'm just rambling on. I'm not talking about anything specific. I'm just rambling on about crap, aren't I? Alright, time to go back. I think. I finished my coffee. I'm not really talking about anything useful. There's a lot of things I want to talk about, but I don't feel like it right now. I feel this talk tonight, sat in the car, has not gone very well, because I'm not talking consistently or talking... I don't know, I'm just frustrated that things aren't happening. Good things aren't happening. Well, the car's fixed anyway. The car's fixed. So I can do some more driving videos. Okay, time to turn that off and then go home and edit this maybe. I'm talking for over an hour and I haven't... I'm just talking about all sorts of stuff, aren't I? Right, shut up and stop recording.